Do you know what the most difficult job in marketing is? It's getting in the mind of the customer or prospect. But there is a law that can make that job easier. It's the law of candor. When you admit the negative, the reader will give you the positive. Take Volkswagen. Years ago, people wanted big cars. So Volkswagen admitted their car was small. They said, think small. That's a negative. But having said that, then they talked about all the benefits of having a small car. I mean, you use less gasoline, it's easier to park, it makes your house look bigger. So by admitting the negative, they were able to communicate the positive. And my favorite ad, the 1970 VW will stay ugly longer. I mean, yeah, it's ugly, but it's reliable. And maybe you remember that famous Rolls-Royce ad? At 60 miles an hour, the loudest sound in this new Rolls-Royce is the electric clock. They're talking about the clock being noisy. You know, after they ran that ad, the engineers said, let's fix the clock. No, don't fix the clock. I mean, having a noisy clock makes people think the car is quiet, and people think a quiet car is a quality car. Remember Avis? Avis lost money for 13 years in a row. And then they ran this campaign. Avis is only number 2 in rent-a-cars. That's the negative. So why go with us? We try harder. Oh, that makes sense. If you're number 2, you try harder. Some of the most famous campaigns in advertising history are based on negative ideas. Remember when Benson and Hedges launched the first 100-millimeter or long cigarette? They talked about the disadvantages of Benson and Hedges. They had 2 guys talking. One guy smoking a Benson and Hedges, and he burned the beard of the guy he's talking to. And another guy gets in an elevator smoking a cigarette, the door's closed, cut the cigarette in half. The disadvantages of a long cigarette, Benson and Hedges. And Joy perfume. The only thing the Joy ads have ever said is the costliest perfume in the world. They're bragging about the fact that it's so expensive. If you don't like the smell of Joy perfume, have your nose fixed. It can't be the perfume. The perfume costs $365 an ounce. Take another example. Motel 6. See, Motel 6 is the lowest cost of any national motel chain in America. Now, here's a very good point. If you're selling a low-priced product, a good thing to tell people is what they don't get with the low price. In other words, what they have to give up in order to get the benefit of having a low price. That's what Motel 6 does. Here's an ad that says how to take a bath at Motel 6. The poor guy's in the shower. There are no bathtubs in Motel 6. That's what you have to give up to get the low price at Motel 6. If you want to get in the mind of anybody, the best way to start is by saying something negative about yourself, something negative about your product. That's the law of candor.